Guys, James here today and welcome back to the Sims 4 building of a hotel. I almost forgot what the hell this was. It's a hotel! Yeah! So, in the first part, we kind of got the lobby and the main area of the hotel done. This time, we're working on the hotel rooms and the gym and pool area. As I mentioned last time, in the first part that I was like, okay, because we don't have any room to put a gym or a pool above the ground floor because we've only got 4 levels in the Sims 4 above ground, right? So we only have, we have the lobby level and then we have 3 floors for hotel rooms, and the 2 middle floors are going to be regular hotel rooms, which we're kind of working on now. And then the basement was going to be the pool and the gym, as I suggested before. Though I still think it'd also be good to get a spa in somewhere, which I didn't do this part, but we'll see what we can do next time. But anyway, so I didn't record absolutely 100% of building the hotel rooms because because they're hotel rooms, the decor in every room is literally the same. I designed one and then we use the same scheme in all the rooms. I also lined up the walls as per the suggestion of the comments last time and changed the flooring in the hallways to carpet, which, yeah, that made a lot of sense. As soon as you guys said that, I was like, oh yeah, you really can't have like wooden floorboards in the hall of a hotel. That would be death. Yeah, no, that was a very good point. So thanks for bringing that up. So I changed that all to carpet, so it made a lot more sense. But yeah, basically what I've done is I designed these hotel rooms. Obviously, a lot of them are actually quite different in shape and size anyway, so I had to do them. Some of them I had to do one by one. Some of them I could duplicate. But then once I'd done this floor, I basically copied everything from the floor to the next level, which I'm actually not sure if I recorded the copying part or not. But anyway, yeah, so we're going around doing all the rooms. I try to make the bathrooms as big as I could, even though you can see I made those on smaller. I think I actually sized them up again later on. Because, oh, maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I was like, you gotta have a nice spacious room. It's gotta be spacious. Anyways, just making sure to line up some of these rooms. Oh, also, yeah, I played around with the layout in some of these rooms to try and get a bit more space. Because, like, especially that corner room here, like this one here, that was kind of annoying. But I messed around with them a little bit. It turned out for the best, it turned out for the best. So now we're just choosing these, the furniture pieces that we're going to use pretty much in every single room. So we got some twin bedrooms and then some single double rooms. We don't have any three bed hotel rooms yet, but later on you'll see when we go to the 4th floor, because the 4th floor is going to be the one with the suites. These are just hotel rooms. The 4th floor I'm planning on doing like a honeymoon suite, so like it'll be a bridal kind of suite type thing. Then we'll do like a presidential suite, and then maybe just a regular suite, with a bedroom or 2 and like a living room. So just a sort of a normal suite, the type that everybody stays in. But no, like one with a bedroom and a living room and that kind of stuff. And then the other ones will be much more extravagant and that kind of stuff. So we'll do that on the 4th floor. But spoiler alert, we didn't actually finish the hotel in this part. We didn't get around to finishing it this part, but that means the next part, part 3, I've got to be 100% sure at this point that part 3 is going to be the final one, because there's not a whole lot left to do. I probably want to do the spa, like I mentioned, and then it will be the hotel suites, and then it will be the exterior as well. Because the exterior still, I didn't work on it in this part just yet either. Exterior, I did change the color a little bit to see if it would look any better. But the exterior landscaping, furniture-wise, decor, all that stuff is not done yet, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so this room was kind of an interesting one. I think this might have been the first one I actually designed, which was a weird one to start with because it is a very unique room in the shape of it. Like it's on the diagonal and it's a bit weird. Yeah, so I was looking for, because hotel rooms generally have like a desk and a chair that you could work at, and I have like a menu there. That's why I put the little menu there, so order food, or it could just be like instructions. I don't know, like a little nameplate. I was just looking for things that would seem like they fit within a hotel setting, on the desk. So that's what I put on there, a little menu and then like a little light as well, I think. Yeah, so you did the light, little menu, and a little nameplate kind of thing there. I really wanted to get like a little tea, not like a tea station or something like that, but it didn't really fit in and it looked a bit ridiculous, to be perfectly honest, so I didn't bother with that. So yeah, all the furniture pieces that we're putting in this room, like the desk, the menu, the chair, the art, all that stuff is going to carry through to all the other rooms. They're all going to be, pretty much the same in terms of the items, because that's generally how hotel rooms are furnished. So that's exactly what we've done. But that's why we have So we have 2 floors of these rooms, and then like I said, the 4th floor is going to be the suites, which is where we're going to have a bit more fun and get a little bit more creative. Well, I mean, this is, don't get me wrong, this is very creative. I will, I will say to myself, this is very creative, but you know, obviously we spent a lot of time creating one room, and then we basically copied it into different rooms. That's how this one went down. But then the suites, ooh, they're going to be fun. They're going to be sweet. Sweet sweets. Oh, I cannot wait. Yeah, so that'll be the next one. So I thought I'd, you know, just start hyping it up now, get it in there. So we're using these large curtains. I've purposely sort of put them halfway on the window so it looks like they're half drawn open. I don't think I've fully covered any of the windows in any of the rooms. It's kind of supposed to be like the curtain's kind of half open. Whoever's staying there hasn't opened it all the way, or they've drawn it half closed, whatever, you know, stuff like that. So this is where we started moving stuff to the other rooms. And then I quickly realized this would probably get pretty tedious to watch because it's basically me just eyedropping items, you know, just copying the item, putting it down again, back and forth. And so what that means is, because it's happening really quickly, you can even notice that now the camera's moving quite a lot. Like I'm just rotating the camera a lot because I'm just copying items over. Although bathroom, I think, is new. Bathrooms, I don't know. I think the bathrooms are pretty simple. See, the problem was when I got to the bathroom, I was like, oh no, because usually, or at least in a hotel of this size, you would at least have like a bathtub in it. And I was like, oh no, I can't fit a bathtub in here. Some of the rooms could definitely fit it, but a couple of these side rooms couldn't. So I guess, you know, maybe there's different tiers of rooms. You get a room with a bathtub, you're awesome. If you don't, you suck. I really wish there was smaller bins as well, because I did put bins in all of the rooms, because, you know, hotel rooms generally have bins, one in the bathroom or one in the room, but none of these bins fit under the sink. Because I didn't really mind if they weren't usable or not. They were just there for decoration. You know, just sitting under the desk, because that's usually where they would be. And here's where I've made the bathrooms a slight bit bigger because we had a bit more room. And we got a bathtub in. I couldn't remember if did I actually put it in? Couldn't remember if I actually got it in the room or not. That's why it wasn't. That's why I was like, oh no, I couldn't fit a bathtub just a minute ago. But apparently I did, so that's quite good. Yeah, because I don't know, they tend to have bathtubs. I would have liked to put the bathtub at the end and then have like the shower sort of in the wall somewhere, but there just isn't enough room on this lot. And I don't want to move it to a bigger lot because I think the size of the hotel is really good. I think any bigger and any bigger and it would just get laggier too. Like I tried to keep these, because these rooms, they don't have that many items in them if you think about it. So I think once it is done, like right now for me playing the game, it's not lagging or anything, this lot. It's a bit slow sometimes when I pick up a huge room like the hallway section or go to paint it, but playing it in gameplay doesn't seem to be too bad at the moment. So I'm hoping when it's done, it won't be like stuttering all over the place. If it is, I'll probably just recommend deleting one of the like furnishings on one of the floors because they're exactly the same, so it wouldn't really matter. So these rooms here, some of these are a little bit bigger, so I decided to have like a little lounge area. So that I thought I'd bring in those yellow sofas from the lobby again, because we have the oranges and the reds on these wall arts that tie in tie in nicely with the sort of natural brown and earthy tones. You know, it gives it sort of calming sort of vibe to the room. So I thought we'd tie it into the yellow sofa, which, I mean, maybe the yellow sofa is a little in your face, but it's kind of nice. It's a bit of color, you know, it's part of the hotel. So I thought this room could have like a sofa bed, you know, so like that sofa there's been made up into a bed that you could pull out. I thought the yellow kind of went well with everything. I don't know. Looking back at it now, maybe the yellow is a bit too much. Maybe it should be a little bit more muted. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so I thought that would be a good opportunity to have like somewhat of a sofa bed. So it's still like a twin room in a way, but that one comes with a sofa bed. Also, you get an awesome like corner view, which is pretty sweet. So this bathroom was obviously a little bit different because it's a different shape and different size, so we could do a bit more with it than the other ones. Ideally, I would have liked to have all the bathrooms a bit bigger, but we just didn't have room. If we made the bathrooms all bigger, then it just wouldn't have been right. So it was also suggested that we should get some vending machines in, which I was like, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. So we just got those sort of food and drink like vending machine refrigerator things from Get to Work, which seemed to fit nicely. And we just chuck them in the lobby. So this is the little landing area as you come up the stairs. So I thought this would just be another little sitting area. It's usually what they are. It would have been nice as well if the game had an ice machine, you know, so you could go get your bucket of ice. But obviously that it wouldn't do anything. So you can just imagine going to the vending machine and getting stuff there. Yeah, but keeping it pretty simple in the hallways, getting some side tables along the way. And then we just get a couple of little little plants on them that I borrowed from the room, I think, as well. So they just go around. They just go in the hallway. Nothing too crazy. It's pretty standard stuff. Now, this is where I copied that up the top, and we had to sort of mess around in it. Yeah, just get it all to fit. And you can see I've already duplicated all the rooms, I think. So they got magically... all the rooms magically got built, and they got duplicated. The thing is, like I said, I could have shown it all, but it would have just gone on forever. Because, I mean, it did take forever just me doing that. And it's not that interesting, because once you've seen one of the rooms, kind of seen all of them. So I was like, yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine to cut that out. Here, I was trying to figure out how to get the railing and the stairs to work properly, because it was a bit messy there. And I also had to figure out where to put the vending machines on this floor, because obviously the stairs are in a different position, but I found that there was a nice little nook that we could chuck them in there. So this bathroom still hadn't been done, apparently, so went through and did that. Again, you can see me just cloning items and using the same items just in different positions and all that. So that's the 2 floors of regular hotel rooms. And we're just going to add a few more items to these little lobby areas here. Just a little table with a nice little flower on it. Isn't that sweet? Now heading down to the basement, the gym and the pool, which I don't know. I would love your feedback on these, because I'm not 100% convinced that I'm 100% happy with them. I'm not unhappy with them, but I think there could be more done, and there's some things that maybe I'm missing that keen-eyed viewers might be like, actually, what if you do this? What if you try this? Because I'll explain it more as it starts to unfold, and you can see it. Because right now, obviously, no, I haven't done anything yet, but you'll see. I'll explain it more as we go. So on the, I guess currently the right hand side, we're going to have the big pool area, and then on the left is the gymnasium. And I think I might even, because what I did is I actually built the I guess the toilets and the change room off of the pool area, which I think I might want to move that so it just comes off the hallway, because I think that makes more sense. Or we have a separate one in the gym as well, because it would... Is it weird to walk through the pool area to like go to the change room and then walk back out through to the gym? That's what I was thinking. Like, because I didn't really... I put it down and I was like, actually... And then afterwards I was like, actually, you know what? I don't know. I was thinking, because we might just move them. Because we could easily move the toilet on the right here over to the left of the stairs. Because then we can have doors on those little diagonal parts, and maybe we do that instead. But for now, this is where they are. I don't know. Like, I would love your feedback on this, because I wasn't really sure. After I did it, I was like, actually, you know what? Maybe I should move that. So I use those showers like the spa day ones where Sims can shower in the same room as other people, because it gives them privacy. So any Sim could go in there and shower. Some toilets in there as well, which I thought was kind of important, because it is still like part of the hotel, so they should have toilets, so you don't have to run upstairs somewhere else. And then we just have some sinks, and then we also do I don't know if I add it in right now or if I chuck it in later, but originally I just had like a small little bench here next to the sinks as like the change area. And it's like, not ideal. Yeah, so just starting off pretty basic with the pool area, and then I revisit a little bit more a bit later. But we just have a couple of lounges and then some little benches that you can sit on the side, and that was about it. I was also going to do, I think you might have seen it briefly, I was going to do the diving ladder or diving platform thing into the pool. Then I realized that I've done this before and I didn't realize until afterwards, where I put it in and I totally forgot, Sims are going to climb on top of it and stand on top, and their head will probably go through the roof, especially when they jump. So it's probably a safety hazard. So I decided not to do that in the end. So over here is the gym. Pretty basic stuff in the gym. I just did a bunch of treadmills and a bunch of the weights machines and some of the punching bags as well. So a little bit of everything and not a little bit of nothing, I guess. A bunch of mirrors too, just to sort of tie in with the rest of the hotel. So this area was supposed to be, well, because it is the gym and the pool, like it's basically all just marble tile on the floor, and then those big tiles on the walls, because I thought that made sense as well for the environment. But we can change, I think I might change it up a little bit when we come back in part 3, just to try and make it look a little bit more, it just looks kind of dead. I think it just, like, I'm not trying to say I did a bad job, but I think I could do better. See, this is where I came back. I actually came, like, there was just a cut in the video there, and I came back a day later to do this bit here. And this is where I was like, you know what, let me see if I can do something else and change it up a little bit. Still trying to make it look a little bit different. So I added a couple more machines in, which I thought made it look a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more busy. But I still think it just needs something else. Like, I was looking for like a decorative item, maybe like, I don't know what I was looking for. But like, you would generally have racks, like weight racks and like for dumbbells and all that in the gym, right? And you would have, there's just so much more stuff in an actual gym that The Sims doesn't have. So I was like, I don't know what to put in here other than what we already have. But I think it just needs more character, especially with the pool area here. Like, it looks super blank right now, so I think the pool area definitely looks better after I came back now. So I put up a couple of those pictures from the lobby upstairs, and then just added a few architectural features that also tied into the upstairs, you know, using those black sort of tiles that we were using upstairs. And then we got some greenery in here as well, and I think it looks a lot better now, but I still think it could probably use a bit more. But I just didn't know what to do. I was like, you know what, I don't know what. You know what? I just don't know. So I don't know. I just kept adding stuff until I was like, you know what? I think that'll do for now. Because at this point, I knew I'd been building so long that I would need to come back for a third go. So I knew I could get more feedback, and that's exactly what I want in the comments down below. Because you guys have some good ideas. I also want to, as I mentioned before, I also want to add in the spa as well. Because this is a fancy hotel. I think it makes sense to have like a spa, like a day spa. So we'll try and add that in. There was also suggestions in the previous part to do like a nightclub as well, which does make sense. I was going to say doesn't not make sense, but that's a stupid way to say that. It does make sense to have like a club, or even just like a function room or something like actually, that was a good point. There's a lot of comments and suggestions for like a business center and a function room and all that kind of stuff. And I still think we could do like a business, not so much a center, but I guess we could do like a little business room in the lobby, like with computers or whatever. But we definitely don't have room to do like a function room, because that was also another suggestion, which is a really good suggestion. You know, just have like an event space, or like you know, because hotels usually have, you know, they'll have conferences at them, so they'll have like an event space, an event room, or an auditorium, you know, stuff like that. But obviously, we really don't have room in this hotel. If we had more floors, more levels in The Sims 4, like if we could go up to 5, 6, 7 levels or whatever, we definitely could do a lot more. And I really, you know, I pine for the day. I pine for the day that we get more levels. But to be honest, I don't know that we will, because if you've ever played in like my apartment complex build, where there's only 4 levels in that, but it's so laggy because there's so many items. I don't know. I just want more levels. You know what? Just give me a cheat for more levels, because that's what The Sims 2 had. They had like a cheat where you could have up to 255 levels. By default, it was 5, because that makes sense. But with the cheat, you go up effectively as much as you wanted, because by the time you ever got anywhere close to 255 levels in Sims 2, the camera could not. You couldn't use the camera, so I don't think you could ever get there. But that's, I don't know, just like a cheat to go higher. That would be awesome, because then stuff like this, we could have a bunch more floors. Like, you could just have a bunch of empty floors, right? Like, they could just be painted black, so it's like there's something there, but you just don't see it, right? That would just be cool, because then you could build taller buildings. We could have had like an event space. I think there's a lot of potential for a hotel build. Just need more room. Just need more room. So I did start on the suite here, but I wasn't really feeling it. This was supposed to be like I guess the honeymoon suite, or, you know, bridal suite, or whatever you would like to call it, because, you know, obviously going with the all white theme and all that. I don't know. I was trying to do stuff here, and it's just like, I was like, you know, I wasn't like, I couldn't get it right. I don't know if this room or the layout I went for in this room worked. I think I need to come back. And this is usually what helps me. This is a good tip. If you ever get stuck like building something in The Sims or anything, or just being stuck creatively at all in anything, just take a break and come back later, because usually then you'll be like, oh, what if I do it this way? And then also you'll just have a better idea. And this is something I also notice whenever I do like programming or something like that, or if I'm working on my website, you know, whenever I'm doing programming and you're trying to figure out why something isn't working, or how you could do a certain thing, and you can never figure it out in the moment, and you're like, oh my, like, I cannot do this. Then you step away for 5 minutes and you're like, oh, that's it. And then you've solved it. I'm just like, it's really weird. Like, sometimes you just need to take a break to be able to realize exactly what you need to do. I don't know. And that always helps. So like I said earlier on, we changed the color scheme outside really briefly. All I've done is darken the gray, because we're not done on the outside at all by any means. And it's not by any means the final color scheme. But I think, I don't know if I like the darker gray better. I mean, it adds more contrast for sure. And I think I think it looks better. Whether it looks more realistic or not, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I need to just... I don't know. I think what I need to do is just look at some... Because this is very... When people said it kind of reminded them of Miami, and it totally does. Like, someone said that in the comments. Like, you know what? It kind of does. And it's kind of... Yeah, it's kind of Art Deco as well. Which I totally get that, especially from the interior. The interior is really heavily leaning toward that. Not 100%. It's kind of like a modern Art Deco in a way. It's kind of weird. But I think what I need to do is just look at some buildings and just see what kind of color schemes I could work with, what kind of textures. Anyway, so we have a few small screenshots here, just a little teaser of the final build. Obviously, in part 3, when we're completely done, we'll go through and have all the screenshots of everything, except we won't screenshot every hotel room because that would be ridiculous. But yeah, make sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below for the next part, like what we can do with the pool and the gym, because I think they're good. It just needs more. Like, it needs more character. And also in regards to the color scheme, the suggestions on that would be good. And just any suggestion in general would be awesome. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, and have an awesome day.